Hi everyone, it's Patty from pspapercrafts. Happy Friday. We're going to do another fun fold. This is super easy and it's pretty cute. It is called a bridge card. So you're bridging the top to the bottom piece. And I found this from Candy Rattray. I don't know if I'm saying Rattray, saying her name right, but she's the one who I copied it from. I'm not sure where the original one was. There's a lot of things called bridge cards, but this one is a little bit different and I thought it was really cute. So for this card, I used this paper, the inked Botanicals. It's really so pretty. I kind of forgot about it. I got this early on in the last annual catalog, and it is retiring. And then I used the inked and tile stamp set. This kind of went with the suite, and I did the happy birthday and then the leaves. And then I used Lost Lagoon and Calypso Coral. I love Calypso Coral. It's just really so bright and fun. I'm not really an orange person, but that's a pretty one. So this is the card we'll make. Of course, we are going to use different products. I like to kind of show you different products on the same card just to give you different ideas. So for this one, we're using this Countryside Inn Designer Series paper. I love this paper. It is carrying over. So the new catalog will be out next month in May. As a demonstrator, I was able to pre-order, but this is so beautiful. I love this paper, all the blues in it, and actually this is my April card class. I do a card class to go, and these are the cards that we'll be making on that card class. And you can go to my blog, pspapercrafts, and you can pspapercrafts.com, and you can go to the classes at the top bar and you can get all the information. You can email me, Patty at pspapercrafts.com, if you want more information. You have to order by April 10th. That's when the class closes. So those are the cards we'll be using, and the ribbon, this is retiring, and so some of it, if it runs out, I won't be able to use that. I'll have to switch up the ribbon. But anyway, so today's card is using, this is my favorite piece out of the whole pack. There's something about those trees that I love, and this is the back. I almost used the back on it as well, but I ended up using a different piece. So these are our pieces, and I will have all the measurements and instructions with pictures in a project sheet, and you can go to the link below the video, the description area. There's links for my online store, my blog, and the project sheet. And if you're on my blog, there's a button below the video with the project sheet. So this is a half of piece of 8.5 by 11. So I cut it at 4 1/4. And it's 4 1/4 by 11, so you get 2 out of this, right? Usually we cut it the other way, but this is some people call it the hot dog way. And we are going to get our trimmer out, and we're going to do a couple of different things here. So first thing we're going to do is score it in half to make our card base. So 5 1/2, we'll be scoring it. Okay, and then we're going to open our arm here. If you don't have this kind of a trimmer, you just want to cut it with a ruler, I guess, or however you want to do it. But this has the arm, so we're going to go out to 9 1/2. This is a little strange, right? And then we're going to cut this piece off, and this piece becomes, come on, this piece will become our bottom piece. So save that, don't throw anything out. And then we're going to come out to 7. Okay, and you have to do it kind of in that order, and then you'll have this piece. So this piece becomes this. Now instead, I'm using the Country Corner dies instead of this white piece. So I'll use this as a scrap for something else. I guess I could have waited and cut this from here, but we're just going to put that aside because we don't need it. So we're done with the trimmer, and let me put that away. So now we have these pieces, and this is a portrait kind of vertical. I'm going to make this one to go open like this. So I have the paper the designer series paper cut this way instead of this way. So you can do it either way. And then we have our card base. I'm just going to fold this and I will score it. This will be our inside piece. All right, so I'm going to just go ahead and start putting this together. It's pretty easy. I think you probably have a good idea of how it's going to work, just based on the pieces that you end up with. So we'll end up doing this. We're going to have this to the left, and we'll just lay this right here, centered, all even and nice. Isn't that pretty? I love all the blues. And then this is going to fold down like this. And I have this piece. This is the other side. And we're just going to put that on here, center it, make sure it looks all nice and even. I can't believe I woke up and there was snow on the ground here in Pennsylvania. Just a covering, but I went out to walk my dog and I thought, oh my goodness, it's April and there's snow on the ground. I thought it was supposed to be April showers, although we have gotten a lot of rain, like a lot of rain. I think a lot of people in the country have gotten it in different places. So then this is going to come here, but we're going to attach it to this piece. So you'll see what I mean. So let's put this layer on it. Aren't those pretty? The doves, I guess they are. In this paper, there's rabbits and foxes and all kinds of little animals, and it's just different. It's the countryside, I guess. And this stripe, you could have it going either way. I cut the pieces to have it go this way. I thought that was a nice look. And then we have this. So I use the country corner dies. These are retiring countryside corner dies, and they're just nice. They have this little kind of angle on both sides, and they nest, so I thought that would work well with this. And then I am using the Good Feelings. I wanted a nice big thank you in it. Actually, I have it mounted, so let's do that. So this is going to fit right here. And I'll use the Night of Navy. So in this paper, there's Night of Navy, there's Balmy Blue, there's Misty Moonlight, there's Boho Blue. I think it's got all our blues. So let's just do this. I'm just thinking, do I have a scrap of paper? I like to stamp it, make sure I know which way to go, because this is kind of at an angle, the way it is. I want it to be straight. So I just want to give it a little test run there. Okay, that looks good. I always keep scraps around. I still haven't found my grid paper from my move. I haven't emptied all my boxes. I have a lot of boxes of retired stamps, and one of these days I'm going to have a BOGO, buy one, get one, where you buy a new product and you get a retired product for free of equal value. So I did that in the past, and it was very successful. I think everybody had fun with it. So we'll probably do that in the next few months. There'll be more retiring stuff. I don't know if you saw the retiring list, but it's out. So I thought this, isn't that pretty? So let's just put this down with some glue. So it's very easy, and you can use anything for the bridge. So this is going to lay here. It's going to go right up to the edge as if it was attached, and then this piece will go over it. So I've seen people use a circle. You could use a tag. You can use an oval, whatever you want, as long as it can reach both ends. Okay, and then we're just going to put glue. I'm going to start on this side, and you want to make sure it just stays up at the top. You don't want it to spill over where it would stick to that part of the card. And we just want to center it, top and bottom, and make sure that it's going to reach here. I think I'm going to go over a little bit more. Trying to center it, I'm looking here at the corners. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to put glue on this end, and this glue is strong, and then you want to make sure this piece is right at the edge, right there, and then you're just going to close your card down and press. Oops. And there you have it. So easy, right? And pretty. Now for the inside, and I realized I cut this wrong. This is going to go inside here. And is it going to fit? I cut it the size, so I cut it the size of this orange layer. That's how I have this one, and then I cut this little piece, but I wasn't thinking I'm doing this different shape, and I'm also, I think it will work. It's got to be, I would say, a little bit smaller than the front piece, and this is just there. So I think that will work, but this isn't going to work. We need a longer piece for that. So let's get this out. And I want to do it this way. It's kind of a different shape. It's just a scrap I have. See, it's going a different way. I think that'll be okay though. So let me get my trimmer out. And I did this only at a 1/2 inch. So what is this? This is 4. So we want to do 4, which is that, by just a 1/2 inch right there. I just don't want to cut up a big piece just to get this. So the stripes again are going a different way, but I think it's okay. And you can use any paper. You don't even have to do this. So I'm going to put this down. I'm not going to add a sentiment. It's a very small inside layer. And for a thank you, I would just write a little note what I'm thanking the person for. Okay, so we're going to have to be careful that this gets covered. It should, if it's centered, it should be covered, but I'm going to use the liquid glue, and that's kind of the nice thing about the liquid glue, is you can move it around a little bit before you're committing. So I want to center it top to bottom, left to right, but I'm not pressing down on it yet. I want to make sure when this closes, it's good. So that worked out. Yay. And then we just have to add some bling. Isn't that pretty? So I am going to use these iridescent pearls, and I only have the little ones. Do I have the big ones? I have a whole pack of these. I use these like crazy, and I'll have to open a new pack, and I do want to get, see, these are just the small ones, and I think since this is a big thank you, I want to do some big ones. So I want to color them with a blends marker, so I'm going to get that. So I have my dark Night of Navy Stampin' Blends. Now the Stampin' Blends are the alcohol markers, so you can color your projects, your beads and your embellishments and your ribbon. You can use that. Let me just get this. I like to open this where the fold is and just get in there and pull these out. You cannot, so these are kind of the square ones. They don't roll. Let me just show you the other ones. These are the Stampin' Write markers. So these are the ones that roll. These are water-based. You can color your stamps with these. You can color on your paper, but they don't color as nice as the alcohol. So I use both of these all the time. I will color on a stamp and then stamp it, and this gives you, you can color like a green leaf and a yellow flower or whatever. But these you can color, and it dries, and it stays right on whatever you're coloring. But you don't want to do it on your stamps because it'll dry out your stamps and it won't work. It won't take the image and put it on the paper. So we're just going to color these, the larger ones. I don't know how many I'm going to color. And I could just use them as white, but I kind of wanted to get the blue on it. So I like to just go a little bit darker. And I'm using the dark marker. There's a light and a dark in these packages. So I'm not sure how many I'm doing. Let's do 5 and see where we're at. So this is a great way, and you can color any of them. They don't have to be white. You can color, you know, a lighter color with a darker color if you don't have the color that you want, of the embellishment you want. And the one thing with this is you don't want to pick up the, you don't want to touch this, is on this like acetate piece. You don't want to pick up the color and get it on your tool, and then you get it on your project. So just be very, and I think I'm going to use this end. So this is a take your pick tool. I usually use the putty end, but for this, because I colored them, I think I want to use this. So I'm going to do 2 here, and maybe 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll put that aside. And these are the cards. So happy birthday, and then it opens up lots of love and thank you. So pretty and very easy, very easy. I hope you give it a try. Thanks for joining me, and come back next Friday. Where's my calendar? So next week we are doing a double-decker Z-fold card. That should be fun. So this is my inspiration calendar. If you subscribe to my email list, I'll send this to you each month. And we usually make a Friday fun fold. I always do a card sketch on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and then we do a color combo on Thursdays. The rest of the month, I may or may not make the cards, but it gives you inspiration. All right, so thanks so much for joining, and I'll see you next week.